Hey YouTube, it's me Kristianna. Welcome back to my channel. Welcome back. Today we're gonna do a little bit of a chit chat while I lay down some lash clusters. Sometimes before I do a tutorial, usually for TikTok, I will lay down my lashes way ahead of me like getting into a routine, because it just saves me time. And if you know anything about lash clusters, you need a little bit of time to actually lay them down. I don't know, lay them down in a way that won't be like wonky. Like, you don't want to be rushed is what I'm saying. So I was like, well, I have a few minutes to chit chat. I'll lay down some lash clusters. These might look a little freaky, especially when you turn them like this. They look really creepy. Sorry for the folks with triphobia. Okay. Anyway, these come in all the way, these actually come in 25 millimeters, all the way at the bottom. I don't really use those that much. I kind of stay between 22 and 14. And these ones, I don't know how to pronounce this brand, but you can see the brand name right there. And I just got some new glue. And this is a bond and seal, supposed to be like an extra strength or whatever, but they all claim that. And I don't know what the Lamaisi, I don't know. I'm gonna let you see the name of this too. So this is the name of the glue. Good luck with that. Anyway, let's try it. And while we're trying it, we're gonna talk a little bit about something I've been thinking about lately, because there was like this, I don't know, there were like a handful of articles, because I periodically check news regarding makeup and stuff like that, especially like when stuff like what happened with Rhode Beauty getting sold to Elf. Stuff like that is really interesting to me, and sometimes I want to talk about just like beauty happenings, right? And more recently, the girlies were talking about Kelly Clarkson, which is so funny saying her name. Every time I say her name, I think of 40-year-old virgin Kelly Clarkson. Anyway, Kelly Clarkson, if you don't know now, you know, she has her own talk show, and she was on TikTok. Her show has a TikTok account, and she was on TikTok, and her like stylist were talking about, you know, different things that they like to put on her, just talking general like about the fashions of the show. It was actually a really interesting clip, but more so than what was being talked about, people were very interested in Kelly's appearance during this clip. And it's because she wasn't wearing any makeup. I didn't expect this to be so sleek. Now I'm like, oh, this must actually be a good quality product if they spent so much like energy on the packaging. We're gonna see. If you've never done clusters before, there's usually like two sides for the bonding glue, and then to like seal the glue. Ooh, it's black too. I've never seen that before. And so what you do is like you basically put it on your lash. You do a little bit at a time. I usually will do two sides at like do both sides of my eye in the same spot, if that makes sense. Then I'll get my tweezers, just a normal pair of tweezers, and I'll pull a cluster off of the strip that it's on. This one is a 20, and I'll just go ahead and attach it to my lash. Use the underside of the tweezers to kind of bump them up, and that's it. That's literally it, and I'm just gonna keep doing that. So there was this Kelly Clarkson thing. And then I saw after that, that Chaperone also had the girls in a tizzy, because she too stepped out for a photo shoot without her makeup. Now, I will say there's some large differences, and I have different thoughts about each of the situations, right? Because I think with Kelly Clarkson, everybody's going, oh, like, she's a real woman, like, women need to see women without makeup, da 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 da. Like, she's starting a revolution by not wearing makeup, not by being seen in public, in a public space, the internet, without makeup, and they're making it seem like she is like this revolutionary for having been seen this way. And it's very interesting because in the case of Chaperone wears like very avant-garde, almost like drag like makeup as a form of protest. So it's like very interesting. I don't know if I put glue right here or not. Oh no, I'm ripping it off. How did I just rip that off? I sure did. But so it's like interesting because one person is being, oh, I should also say that when Chaperone was questioned about being seen out and about like with no makeup, she said that, you know, hey, like, I'm a normal person, which I felt weird at that kind of comment, right? Because again, she is an ally to the LGBTQ community, and you know, that was like a part of her storyline as to like why she chooses to dress the way that she does. And then to use the word normal when describing how she is when she's like not dressed up like that, I thought that was a little weird, and that maybe she should have took a second to think about that response, especially when it's like, yo, like, people see you as this thing that you've propped yourself up to be. And like, why does not wearing makeup make you normal? Oh, like, is that really how you see this thing? I have a lot of questions about that comment. But what I think is interesting too about the Kelly Clarkson side of this conversation, right, is Kelly was just living and breathing air. Like, Kelly was just living, breathing air, going about her day. And the girlies were like having a fit, lifting her up as a savior of real women. And it's just like, I don't think that all of that is due to her, especially because, like I said, she was really just chilling, and now people are like putting all this stuff on her. She wasn't trying to make a statement, you know what I'm saying? What it told me when I saw the clip is that she's a woman that in her spare time does not wear makeup. I wouldn't either if I had a show like that I had to get ready for every day that required me to wear makeup to go on set. In my spare time, I wouldn't be wearing makeup neither. If I had to guess, I would think that she also wouldn't want accolades for that. I think the real question though is like, I guess, I don't know, and maybe I'm wrong, right? But in my opinion, the average woman is probably not wearing makeup. Like, is not wearing makeup or is not wearing makeup every day. And so why is it that we feel like we need a celebrity to not wear makeup to feel validated? Because that's what all the reactions were kind of giving me, is that like people felt validated by Kelly walking out and being out and about, being on camera with her bare face. And I think that's so weird. And I think there were times where Kelly has like done that intentionally to be like, look at me, like I'm a real woman kind of vibe. And I think that's like, I guess that's okay. But again, my question is more so to the people who are looking up to her, is like, why do we feel like we need a celebrity to validate anything about ourselves? And maybe that's just like me trying to, like, I don't know, dismantle celebrity on some level, like the allure of celebrity. I think I've been over that for a while. Now I'm doing mostly 18s for the rest of my lash here, and I'm doing one at a time because I'm noticing that this glue dries really fast. I think I'll do a 14 on the end here. Now, I love Chaperone. I love her because she, to me, seems like she's like unafraid to speak up and speak out about important issues, right? Kelly Clarkson, if I remember correctly, did a little bit of union busting. This is here nor there. Those are just my personal thoughts that I just, you know, my personal thoughts. But there's something, again, like this like comment about like, hey, I'm normal. Like, that just doesn't feel right. It doesn't feel right. And like, I know that she kind of has this Lady Gaga thing going on, where she has this like persona, and I think I read somewhere that for her it's like that's how you know when she's on and ready to work, and so like when she's not dressed up, she would prefer to be left alone. But it's just interesting because she did a shoot as herself, like not dressed up. But we all know like Lady Gaga versus Stephanie, like, so fine. I love Lady Gaga, I love Stephanie. Also known as Lady Gaga. I think the other thing too is like this like real woman conversation that kind of grinds my gears up, especially when talking about Kelly Clarkson, is right. Like when she started that show, and it's no shade, right, because I'm a plus size girl as well, like she was a plus size girl when she started that show. And I don't know if she is considered plus size anymore, right? And it happened very rapidly. And I'm not sure if she disclosed how she thinned out so quickly, or you know, at all. But I think her continuing on as a plus size woman would have been more like, wow, real women, you know what I mean? Because not all of us are toothpicks naturally, and neither was she. It's just really, I think, weird to me the way that like something that should have been very normal turned into this large thing, as though the average woman is wearing makeup all the time. And I just don't think that that's what's happening. Like, I really don't think the average woman is wearing makeup all the time. And so like, why can't we look at other women, women that we know, women in our orbits, our friends, our co-workers, whatever it is, like why do we need to look to celebrity for that boost of confidence, that boost of whatever it is that the girlies are getting from seeing a celebrity like Kelly Clarkson not wear makeup? I think that's the question mark for me. I'm gonna go in here now with this like seal. It's clear, it has this little bulby thing on it, and really you just go back over all the spaces that you put the glue, but like now that the lash is there, like there too on top of the lash, and it just is gonna like dry that glue down and lock everything in place. And I think I'm gonna do my base while I wait for it to dry. Cute, right? Oh, there you go, you can see now what I did. Very simple, faster and cheaper than getting lash extensions, although lash extensions are my preference just because they obviously stay on your face a lot longer. Anywho, I think again, I think there's some big differences between the Kelly Clarkson of it all versus Chaperone, because Chaperone really positioned herself to be somebody's activist, to be someone standing up for folks and things of this nature. And then to kind of like, I don't know, just very flippantly turn her back on what has been a signature part of her doing her activism in a way that wasn't very thoughtful, in my opinion. It makes you just like, I don't know, question why people do the things they do. Especially if it's like momentary or, you know, I don't know. As far as Kelly though, Kelly was minding her own business and then got propped up as like, again, this savior of women because she was seen online with no makeup. And I equally think that's weird. Again, I think that there are so many real life examples of women that we can all be looking up to who don't wear makeup, like, you know what I mean? But also like, why does it matter? And what are we saying about women who do wear makeup when we look at other women and admire their lack of? So many questions. This is a very interesting conversation, and I would love to hear your thoughts and opinions on all of it, good, bad, or indifferent. Comment, rate, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.